Hello Libra, how are you doing? This is Marta with Universal Power Tarot, and these messages we bring you today are supposed to encourage, elevate, and empower you guys. Hello. Libra, let's have a look into what's going on with you currently. We're recording this in February 2024, but whenever this message finds you, it's yours at that time. This one, yes. Fast energies. 8 of Wands. This one, no. This one, no. This one, yes. Hierophant. Please keep in mind this is a channel for personal and spiritual growth. These messages can be triggering. They don't have to be. They can. This is amazing energies actually that I'm seeing for you here, Libra. Something's happening really quickly. Something's coming together really quickly. And by the way, I heard before I started the recording, new year, new you. So that may very well, be speaking volumes for you here. With the Hierophant, that could be like a high level commitment to spirit, but also to another person. That could be talking about a relationship or to yourself, mind you. So a high level relationship with yourself, leveling up in terms of self-love, self-care. But also I feel like your spiritual connection here is deepening 100%. Be mindful of mirrors in the house, I want to say. You can also do like working with mirrors. I recommend covering those, like when you're going to bed or doing any spiritual work. I'm looking at one right now, which is really bugging me. So we'll close the door in a minute. But that's just on the sidelines here for you. But something's sparking your interest here as well. And from there, or sparked your interest, and from there it went da-da-da-da-da. So it's like a chain reaction that is starting here. It could have to do with finding out something about spirit, for example, or about yourself, and all of a sudden you're more inclined to go down that road because all of a sudden you have a bigger reason. For example, that's why mission statements can be so great, because you're identifying what's above it all, right? For example, raising a child, like what's above it all? What are your values, but what stands above it? When there's above it love, to love that child no matter what, then that holds true and holds your values up in different areas, I want to say, but it's another level to it. That's kind of like what I'm feeling here. So some of you may have made plans for 2024, or your health, for example, or when you're working out, let's say, right? Not just to look fit or to look good or to achieve something, but your overarching value or motive is health, to stay healthy, and that's going to keep you going a lot more than anything else would. You know what I'm saying? So that's a lot more and deeper emotionally rooted, I want to say, Libra. That's kind of like what I'm feeling here. Or you discovered that the spiritual journey holds a lot of value for you personally, and that you would like to develop your faith. That's all along those lines, but it feels very, very exciting. What else for Libra, please? I just heard a spiritual disciple. Now that could apply to a few of you here. A disciple of spirit. You could also be identifying with, the past lives of being a disciple of Jesus. And I don't so much mean in the religious sense. I mean more in the spiritual sense, okay? Not the Bible. I like, or any... how do I phrase this? Any spiritual book. Okay, how do I say this? I feel like I have a mental block today, so apologies for me stumbling over my own words. But the point that I'm trying to make is there are definitely truths in the Bible, like in my point of view, and some phrases will come through occasionally here through this channel for sure. That does not mean like I'm well read in the Bible or that I believe in everything that is stated there, but there are truths to it, and you may be finding that too throughout other scriptures that you find, or books that you find, or movies, because it's so funny. Watch a movie before you had a spiritual awakening, watch it afterwards again and be blown away, or go to the museum and you'll be seeing things with much different eyes. And I'm feeling that's kind of like the process you're going through currently again, like starting to see things with different eyes. What else for Libra, please? This one, no, but this one, yes. Some of you have stepped into your mission, your purpose. I strongly feel we're speaking to a couple of healers here. Yeah, for sure. Discovering yourself in that area anew, because again, past lives are coming in for you here too, Libra. You may have, for some reason, chosen to be a doctor, right, in this lifetime, only to discover, oh my God, like I've done this before, just in a different capacity, let's say. And you may be very drawn to alternative, healing modalities here, chakra cleansing, the energetics may be coming in when you may have before had a very worldly point of view. Again, that changing in perspective comes in, or that not changing in perspective so much, but that it becomes wider. Like for some reason your view may have been like this, and all of a sudden it's expanding, your view is expanding, and with that your whole world is changing. And let's stay with the topic of doctor, for example, so you understand what I'm trying to say here, but it's applicable to any area. Teacher is also what I'm getting here. The traditional, in the traditional sense, maybe more authoritarian, and then it's widening and it becomes an entirely different thing for you, where because there's something about overarching like value or, mission statement, the overarching why you're doing it. Maybe you've started to do something for one reason, but now your reason is expanding and is coming, they're giving me the star here, is expanding to become something else and a lot more meaningful to you. Also in terms of your purpose, again, something may have driven you in a certain direction, and all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, okay, I understand now. Or if you're anything like me, haven't started many different things, and many different professions, and maybe even good at it, but then all of a sudden it comes together and it helps you understand people better, because you worked with so many different people in many different countries. So that comes together, if you know what I mean. So that's very interesting and exciting, but becoming very masterful in what you're doing. Of course, there's always the potential for more expansion, but you come through as the healer type here, the teacher type also. Being guided by spirit, having that strong spiritual bond and connection with lots of faith. You just want to practice. You just want to practice what you started, or to some of you, what you will be stepping into. You just want to be practicing it because it feels so good and fulfilling, almost to the point where it's like, oh, they don't have to pay me, or like nothing in return kind of a situation, but you'll get in return, like even more so, okay? Tenfold, that I think it's also something in the Bible, but again, I'm not that well versed in the Bible, but things will come through occasionally, so receiving it back tenfold. Okay, more from these? No. What else please for Libra? No. Yes. Okay, so we're gonna have a look at the heart and soul oracle. That was the one I just showed you with the star, Libra. So let's see what we have for you guys. This one, no. What do we have for Libras additionally? What do they need to know, please? Thank you. This one, yes. Okay. Interesting. With the symmetry, but there's male and female on the card. Where were you up here? This is your card, Libras. And it reads, every challenge provides an opportunity to discover a deeper meaning of life. Each challenge can be a gateway to something greater. Use your intuition and creative powers. Many solutions exist. Move beyond fear and you'll discover that there are no limits apart from the limits that we ourselves have placed. Okay, I really strongly feel this has to do with the ending of an old. Remember when they said new year, new you? So I strongly feel here something that used to be one thing for you, that used to have a certain meaning or reason why you went into it, is changing for you, is starting to expand, is starting to become something else entirely. And with that process makes a lot of sense, because we would be going through, dang, what are other people thinking? For example, in the field of medicine, what are people thinking if I'm all of a sudden starting to talk about energies, because I all of a sudden can see auras and I didn't used to be able to do that, right? Along those lines. Or you're starting to recommend herbal medicine to people when before you were more in the traditional field. I don't know why the medicine field is coming through so strongly, but there definitely is something. Or when you were a teacher before, and still maybe, but again, this is changing for you in terms that you're starting to see this differently, educating children in a different way, or educating adults in a very different way, because you're starting to see them differently and yourself differently as well. This is very, very exciting, I want to say. All right, my dear Libra, we'll take this over to Patreon if you're interested. It's $11.11 a month for your extended, because I want to pull more cards and see whatever else wants to come through here for you. You have guides. There are 4 guides at least that are coming through here right now. So I feel we're going to be working with guides here. You may also have a really strong connection with your angels that will help you with this mission here, with this unfoldment, with this expansion. Okay, Libra? So let's tap into that more. It's not just for this reading, by the way, the 11/11. It's for the whole month and everything that was already created. I hope this was helpful and insightful if I'm leaving you here with this. And if you want to follow us over to Patreon, you're more than welcome. It also really helps the channel if you would like to support. Yeah, much love, light, and shadow to you. I'll either see you over on Patreon or next time. Bye.